Hello, welcome once again to this virtual platform. Let's look at this exam style histogram problem. We have a histogram that gives information about the weights of some fish. The number of fish with the weight between 400 grams and 450 grams is 7 more than the number of fish with weight between 250 grams and 300 grams. Calculate the number of fish represented by the histogram. So we are supposed to work out the total number of fish represented on this histogram. So the key thing we need to look at is this section. It tells us the fish between 400 to 450, that is this bar, is 7 more than the fish between 250 and 300. So as you can see, this is longer than that. Now let's compare the number of squares. That is 4 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 squares. So we can sort of see the difference in terms of squares. And here, the difference is 3.5 squares. That means 3.5 squares represent the 7 more fish. So let's set up a bit of ratio here. If 3.5 squares represent 7, what should 1 square be? Or possibly what should 2 squares be? If you divide both sides by 3.5, you see that 1 square is equal to 2 and half a square will be equal to 1. So it means that 1 square represents 2 fish and 0.5 square represents 1 fish. Now, with this, you can either begin to count all the squares and multiply it by a 4 square, that's 2 fish, or you work them separately. I would prefer you go separately so that you understand, so they don't make a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares, so 5 times 2, because 1 square is fish, that will give me 10. Do the same for all the squares. That's 4 squares, so that will give us 8. You don't necessarily have to even do the frequency density, but you can if you want to do that, that's fine. Now we are looking for 6 squares. That will be 12. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 14. The 14 plus half a square is 1 fish. That will be 15. So you do for all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 half squares, and half a square is 1 fish. Therefore, that is 8. Then at the end, all you need to do is to add these numbers. Now will give you the total number of fish. So therefore, total number of fish is 68. Our last example will be on a typical exam style problem also.